As each day passes by, more insanity continues to ensue as the world is burning. And when you look at Square Enix, the one thing that was an immediate red flag with them was the ethics department and them going into, why they changed Tifa's breast size, why they shrank it. And, I know some people didn't have an issue with this and some people did. I'm one of those people that did because censorship is an evil thing and it's like an infectious disease. It starts off minor and then it gets progressively worse as time goes on. Now, thing is, why am I talking about Square Enix? Well, they've recently announced a Manga Up app. Now, you would imagine when you hear that they have their own app for manga, you think, oh, well, more ways to access manga. Well, actually, the internet is laughing at them because Manga Up's service apologizes for unavoidable censorship. Because, oh yeah, censorship's gonna really reel in the fans. I've seen some really, really bad censorship over the years. I have. I've seen some awful censorship. But this one is probably one of the worst, if not the worst I've ever seen. It's absolutely ridiculous. So there was a tweet. Here's the Japanese global comparison. You see Maureen Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, and you think, oh, well, this looks perfectly fine, right? This is the original. Everything looks good. Now, then, of course, you go from what people like to see to this. It's like, got my bathing suit. It's like, wait a minute. Hold up just a minute. Because there's a big black bar over her chest. It's like, man, I'd like to see that bathing suit, but I ain't seen it. There's just a big black bar there. It's ridiculous. This is clown world right here. Like, they make this more lewd than it actually was meant to be.
Oh my, how lewd.
Besides the fact that they make this more lewd than it should be, it's also like they're telling you that women with big boobs are wrong. It's almost like, oh, I don't know, sexy woman, man. They're crying over it and have boobophobia. It's absolutely pathetic. When there are women in the real world that have big breasts, hell, you can go to Twitch and you can see women wearing less than this. It's really pathetic when you can go to Twitch and see women in bikinis over there. But yet, you look at manga that you're paying like $1 for a month, I think it is, on this app, and they're censoring, female characters that are wearing more than the women on Twitch. The hell, man? Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know who made this decision at Square Enix, but whoever you hired, they need to be fired and sent back to the loony bin. Because, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Regarding censorship on the Manga Up app, so this is their response. In consideration of each mobile platform's policy, some modifications were unavoidable to release the app to the whole world outside of Japan. This is not limited to English-speaking countries. We are still in the early exploratory stages and will strive to improve while listening to your feedback. Bet they won't. In the meantime, some of the content is available uncensored through others' official streams, so please continue supporting the artists. Considering that they've been censoring the breasts of the crotch areas of the female characters, it wouldn't surprise me if the censorship gets so ridiculous that they go after the female character's feet. They just look at that and they go, feet can be something that can be sexualized. Let's get those foot fetishes next. And they just start putting black censor bars where the feet are, even if they're wearing shoes or not. No! My God, I wouldn't be surprised if it got that ridiculous. Not saying that it's going to, but I'm just saying, wouldn't shock me if it did. But if this does anything, all this is going to do is make more people do one thing. This is going to make them look at this, laugh, and then go and sail the high seas.
It's a pirate's life for me. Savvy?
Now, here was more of the stupid censorship that Square Enix has had going on. The censorship in Square Enix's Manga Up app is so absurd and hilarious that, as you can see here, like, there's this one that we saw earlier, and then there's this, where, like, you can look side by side. One side, it's not censored, but the other, they censor the cleavage to the character. But then in the bottom part, they don't censor the cleavage. It makes me wonder if this is, like, bots, by chance, that does this. It wouldn't surprise me. But this is one of the worst. This woman is wearing pants. And then you look, and they censor the crotch area.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Explain to me how this works. Why? Why? Like, it makes it look so much worse than it would. Like I said, it makes these look so much more lewd. Like, could you imagine if you were a kid and you were reading this and, like, your parents walked in and saw this? The censor bar itself makes it look so much more lewd. They would think that you're probably reading something you're not supposed to be reading. Like, in other words, they've made this worse than it was. And then Peak insanity. Yeah, they censored a kneecap. No, they really censored a kneecap.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
I know that there are some countries that do not allow kneecaps to be seen, but still, this is absolutely absurd. I don't know who they hired, whether this is a bot or whether this is an actual person, but good God, if they hired somebody to do this, they need to fire them. Like, they need to send them back to the loony bin where they came from. Because it's ridiculous. This is peak clown world. Peak clown world. Nobody's going to want to support this. You know, who wants to support this? This level of censorship is beyond outrageous. And if some modifications were unavoidable, you are censoring the alphabet letter Y because it looks like a vagina. They're censoring the letter Y. This is pure insanity. No person would censor this. This has to be a bot that censored this. There's just no way. There's no way this is a person. If this is a person, they're so mentally deranged that they need to have the men in the white coats take them to the Happy Hotel. Pronto. Oh, God. Now, some people were saying that there was a rumor going around that Sweeney might be interested in acquiring Square Enix as well. Something involving that. Now, of course, this is just a rumor. But, I mean, like, Sweeney has fallen from grace, and Square Enix is definitely not the company that they used to be. To think that we're in the day now where Nintendo doesn't censor like they used to, where Nintendo was like, you know, gun-ho happy on censoring, you know, whatever, because they were like, oh, well, we're a family-friendly, you know, platform. And they totally changed, which is good, that they're not censoring things like they used to. Like, good. You know, less censorship, the better. You know, as I always say, censorship is it's an evil thing. Censorship is cancer. Like, it really is. And if Sony buys up Square Enix, if this is true, you know, this is a rumor, but if it turns out to be true, yeah, that's terrible. But, like, you look at all this, I'm just going to tell you right now, if you want to buy the manga, you want to support it, buy it from Japan. That is your best bet, in my opinion, especially when you look at all the issues we have with localizers and how they try to change the dialogue and certain things as well. You know, like, you're probably best just buying it from Japan. And I mean, you know, you look at Square Enix, could they learn? Yeah, but do I think that they will? No. That's just my opinion. We'll just have to see, but I don't think that they will. I think they're going to keep censoring stuff. And, God, this app is just a joke at this point. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you are still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word to get it out there. It's greatly appreciated and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on all these platforms of social media. I'll leave updates on when the news videos will be released as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on all these platforms of social media. Links are in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.